Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of the Understanding Aperture series. I'm Mike Direhorse, your host. I have my awesome model here, the Incredible Hulk. We are outdoors at a nice park. It's beautiful weather here in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm going to show you the effects the different aperture sizes, the different f-stops can have on your image. So we're going to start at f16, which is a small aperture, and we're going to go down the line, skipping a couple f-stops to eventually reach f-stop 1.4. So you can see the difference. We start at f16 and you're going to see that there's more in focus throughout the image compared to when we get to f1.4. You're going to have a lot more creamy, smooth, shallow depth of field. So we're going to go from a deep depth of field to a shallow depth of field, so you can understand the different effects that your aperture is going to give you. So here we go. I'm at f16. I'm going to get my exposure correct, and I'll show you the results we get. So as you can see at f16, there is a deep depth of field. You can see all the different foliage throughout the photo, and only until you get to the very top of the image, it starts to slightly blur a little bit. So that's at f16. Now let's go down the line to, let's go to f8 and see what that gives us. So now you can see at f8, it actually starts to have more of a shallow depth of field. You can see at the top of the image, it starts to blur. And at the forefront of the image where I'm focusing on the subject's chest, it's a small subject, so it's hard to focus on the head exactly, but focusing on the chest of the Incredible Hulk and down, that's all in focus. And even at the forefront of the image, you can still see this foliage very well in focus. And then beyond that, it starts to blur at f8. So let's go to f4 and see what happens. Okay, so now at f4, we're really starting to get a more shallow depth of field. Let's go down to our final aperture, which is going to be f1.4, so you can really see the effect of having a wide open aperture. Wow, you can see there's an amazing difference between f1.4 and f16 on the aperture range. All right, so now you've seen the effects of the different apertures, the shallow depth of field all the way down to the deep depth of field. So now that you have this knowledge, go out there and put it into practice. Go shoot some portraits at wide open aperture so you can get that nice shallow depth of field. Go shoot some landscapes with a f8 to f16 range so you can try out the deep depth of field and getting most things in focus. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching. I'm Mike Direhorse. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.